Hello, everyone. All right, so I see a lot of people have joined, and I see people are yet joining. All right, guys, I think we can get started. So, first of all, thank you for taking time and joining today's call. We are recording this webinar where we're going to be discussing about all the new features that we have rolled out in the last month, which is the month of July. We have a lot to talk about. And those of you who were not able to make it today will be sharing the recording so that you guys can also give it to your people, your staff. And in case if you guys have any questions from your end, feel free to leave them in the chat. I do have my other colleague on the call who will be answering it. And then I'll also be looking at it from my end and I can also address it. All right. So we had three releases. We had a release on 1st August as well. So I'm going to actually cover it here. So these are some of the points that I'm going to show you. So number one, we actually introduced a feature. So whenever you are, let's just say, in any of the client and especially looking at profit and loss, what happens at times you always want to see all the months, meaning if you are looking at March, if you're closing for March, you want to see January, February, and March. If you are closing April, then you also want to look at it January, February, March, and April. So we introduced a feature where by default it can always show you YTD months, right? Previously, when you edit the report, you had to kind of manually adjust this previous period. But now, whenever you select this option, YTD months, it's going to auto populate all the months starting from January till the month that you are closing on, right? So that's a small improvement that we have done. All right. So the next point that we have is the review point. So when you are in review point tab, as you guys know that we have the task that we are displaying it here, and it's also the same task which is appearing in review points. So just in case, if you now wanted to change the status from here, we have introduced this option. So whatever status that you change from here gets also updated in the task list as well. So that's again a small improvement that we have done. All right, number three, the new filters added in the task module, which is a project type and the client. So when you are at the top level and when you are looking at the task, previously, let me actually show you. So previously, by default, it's gonna show you all the tasks across all the project. But let's just say if you only wanted to see the task for the closed project or the task for, let's just say, onboarding project or text project, it wasn't possible. So we have now added a filter for project type. So that way, in case if you only want to see the task for, let's just say, all the closed project, you can actually do it from here and you can also save it. So again, that's a small improvement that we have done. All right. And then we have added this feature, add task from form level. So previously, whenever you wanted to create the task, you first needed to go into a particular project, and then inside the project, you could create it. But now, even when you are at the firm level, and in case if you wanted to create the task, now you can do that. So simply click on new, click on task, and you can just do it from at the top level as well. All right. So that's again a small improvement that we've done. All right. This was one of the good improvement that we have done, which is the improvement of AP and AR finding review point. Okay. So let me just, so Samik, I mean, you might see people joining in and they're kind of in the queue. So please accept them. Okay.
Yes, I'm doing it. Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. So let me now talk about this new AP and AR review point. So I'm gonna go to this client, SRH Titans, and then gonna, okay. So just to give you guys a background, previously, this aged payables and aged receivables review point, it would only show you the two things like negative balance vendors and something where the payments are unapplied. But now we have expanded the scope. We are actually now showing you a lot more different abnormalities. And we have also changed the way how we are displaying it. So first of all, this aging payables review, by default, we show you on a current date. And then out of those vendors, we highlight which vendor has got which issue. So as I'm looking at it, I can know like, hey, this vendor has got overdue bills that I need to look into. This vendor has got unapplied payment as well as overdue bills, right? So like each of this vendor has been tagged as to what problem it has. And at the top, we also have these filters. So in case if you only wanted to see the vendors that have got unapplied payment, you can do that. Negative balance, it kind of filter it accordingly. All right. One of the issue that we have addressed, and I personally have got into a lot of times in these situations where like you have this bill open, but then there is also payment which is actually recorded as a different expense altogether. So in this case, now it also tells you like, hey, if there are any particular bill has got related payment, you can click on it. So like it says possible payment. So let me actually open it up. So what happened in this case is this expense is actually entered as a expense altogether rather than being applied against that particular bill. So now EP and AR can also find this kind of issue as well, right? So that's and we have improved both the review points, payables as well as receivables as well. All right. So that was the small improvement that we have done. And while we are talking about it, I would also like to talk about this unreconciled entries review point together. So we have also made some. Okay. So we have recently revamped our browser extension. And with that browser extension, in fact, there are a lot of information that QuickBooks would not give us through API. And we have recently revamped our browser extension. And with that browser extension, we can actually now pull a lot of information directly from your reconciliation statement, right? So I'll give you an example. Let's just see if I'm looking at this bank account. Previously, I would not know when exactly this bank account is reconciled. I mean, we'll have to do some workaround. We'll have to find the last transactions that is reconciled from the general ledger and then show it accordingly. But now with the browser extension, and once you have installed the browser extension, and as long as you are logged into that particular client, we can now even pull the information directly from the reconciliation statement. So now in this case, not only I can see when exactly this bank account was reconciled, I can also pull up what is the reconciled balance. In fact, I can also pull up if there are any entries that were changed since the reconciliation, or if at all the reconciliation was forcefully done. So we can now actually show all this information, right? And this is all gonna be shown up if you have installed the browser extension and then if you are into that client. And along with that, even the dashboard, at the dashboard level, the reconciliation status here is also now coming directly from the QuickBooks, right? So previously, I mean, we were not able to show you guys like what is the statement date. I mean, if there are any changes done, when exactly it was reconciled, but now we can actually pull this information directly from QuickBooks, right? So that's a second improvement that we have done. All right, now a few more changes that we have done with the task. Let me actually show you that. Now, when you are inside the project, so let me go into the monthly close. Okay, so we got this. Sorry. Yeah, so we have added these two features. I'm actually trying to find out. Okay, so number one is the bulk action. So let me show you. So previously, what used to happen whenever you whenever you bulk select the task, you were not able to convert it to subtask through bulk panel, but now we have added it. So now whenever you select this task, you can now see the option like convert to subtask, and you can just simply do it from here, right? So previously you had to do it one by one. The other things that we have done with that is especially like the general task, which is not a review point, which is not a GL rec, you can now actually also create the duplicate, right? The reason why we have duplicate task only for the general task is because we like you cannot have the same account added twice in your close process. That is why you will not see that duplicate option here. But then if you look at the general task, you will see that option here, right? So that's also another option that we have added here. All right, so that's that. Perfect. Extension changes. So I'm not sure if you guys notice it, but now our extension is up and running. Since our latest release that we had it somewhere in the June, the extension was temporarily unavailable. But now, once you have installed the extension, you can now access Xenett module inside your QuickBooks file. So it is exactly the same feature that we had before, but now it's available. And along with these changes, I also talked about there are a lot of things that we are now also directly pulling from QuickBooks. So that is also there. So now you can start using the extension as well. All right. It's a little thing. It's a control enter for send and create action. So whenever you create the task or comment or question, previously you always had to click on create and then it would create it. But now you can simply press control enter and it would just create the task. All right. So again, a small improvement. Um, okay, auto redirect to last visited project within the client. So what happens is like, let's just say right now I'm in monthly close and I needed to access something or I needed to see client response. So what I do, I click on questions, I look at what my client has responded, and if I go back, now you land on the last visited project. Previously, it would always land here on this screen, and then you have to select the project, and then you will get there. So now at least we have saved, like wherever you were, like last in the project, it will directly take you there. So again, that's a small improvement that we have done. All right. Now the latest release, these are some of the improvements that we have done it. Uh, Manual button to record the project before its recurring date. Okay. So now whenever you are inside the project, you can, so this particular project is now going to next reoccur on like September 1st. But you don't want to wait till then. You have something to do about it and you really want that project to be created right now in the system. You now simply click on create next project now and it's going to create it, right? So that's a feature that we have added. I did a new column in the client list form. So now whenever you are at the top level and whenever you are in the client list, we have now added two columns that will give you information about what is the last month that you finalize, right? And then when exactly you finalize it, right? So a lot of our customers used to kind of filter their clients by some entity type or some managers, and they did not have this visibility here because those two columns were actually available inside projects. So now we have also brought these two columns here. So now you can quickly see like, hey, which is for this manager, these are the clients, this is the last month that was closed. So this is now how you can also look at the information here. Okay, so that's that. New home screen that we have added. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed this, like we introduced this home screen. The idea behind this is that, see, you have right now the task to take care. You have some projects that you're working on. You have some comments to take care. We are also working on emails. So basically, we really want this module to be like a go-to module where from here you can actually land wherever you want. Like you can like actually plan your week, plan your day. So you know what are the tasks that you have to do. You know what are the recent projects that you visited, so you can directly get in there. You can put your notes, you can also put the comments, and we plan to add so many different widgets like that, and you can customize it however you want. Even right now as well, if you do not want to see any of them, you can turn it on, turn it off as well. So that's also possible. And it's like a I mean, you can literally resize them however you want, right? So in case if you wanted to, let's just say, make a larger size, you can do that. Smaller size, you can do that as well, right? So that's a new home module that we have added. Perfect. So add update note from the project listing screen. Again, a small improvement. So whenever you are now in the project, so let's just say if I let me actually go to select titles. The project note. So when I say project note, this note previously you had to come here. You could only update it from here. But now let's just say you whatever you write, let's just say I'm waiting for client, okay? And now when you go back from this screen, you can also change it, update it however you want. So you don't need to get into that project to do that. So that's a small improvement that we have done. Side menu improvement. So I'm not sure if you guys notice it, but now you can actually pin and unpin any of this menu based on your convenience, right? So let's just say if there's a 1099 module, you don't use it quite often throughout the year, but you probably are using it maybe in the last quarter of the year. So if you don't want to see it, you can just unpin it. So that way it's not going to show up here. So depends on what module that you guys are using it. You can pin and unpin that. Okay. Practice insights. So we have made some changes. We have added two new reports into practice insights. Let me show you that. So when you are at the firm level, and by the way, the insights module that you are saying is used to be called reports, but we have just changed it because we plan to add so many other reports that's gonna give you a firm level insights, and that is why we rename that particular module. Okay, so we have added these two reports where now anytime if you have any task or projects that are completed but completed after the due date. So in case if you wanted to see which are those project or tasks been completed after the due date, that's gonna show up here, right? So those are the two reports that we have added. Convert to subtasks from bulk panel, which I already addressed it. And the last one, which is what we are very, very excited about it, which is the new finding feature, right? So let me now talk about that. So what used to happen is like whenever you let's just say work on the closing of any of your clients, right? Even when you have taken care of all of these review points and you have resolved all of these issues, whenever you still go to let's just say QuickBooks profit and loss or Xenett profit and loss or balance sheet, you still are not sure whether this number are showing the right picture or not. So here is what we are trying to do. I mean, right now, like let's just say if you look at this account receivable, you don't really know whether I mean how to check this number or what are the issues here. So what we generally do, we go to accounts payable aging report or accounts receivable aging report. We try to identify issues from there. Even when you look at the bank account, you would not know whether this is reconciled, whether there are unclear transactions, whether the reconciliation has been disturbed or what. So our all we're trying to do is with each and every account, we want to provide you guys some sort of findings that will tell you whether this account is showing the right balance or not, or if you need to investigate more. So here is what all you need to do. Now it's in beta right now. You just simply click on run AI review, and now you're gonna start seeing the comments for all of these accounts, right? Right now on balance sheet side, we only highlight few accounts, but we are already in process of making this kind of findings for every single account, right? So to give an example, you can see like, hey, this bank account, it's reconciled, but it has got 10 unclear transactions. So you click on it, you can also look at those transactions here, and then you can take the action as well, right? Similarly, I'll show you. Okay, undebited funds. There is some balance here, 5880. Now, when you click on it, you can exactly see which transactions make up the balance. And I can see like, hey, some of these transactions belong to the past days. They do not belong here. I can then actually take the further actions, right? So all we are trying to do while you are on this screen, you do not need to leave this screen to go somewhere else to find anything. You should be able to find everything from here, right? Similarly, one thing that we'll be rolling out in next week, which is the fixed assets, you will now be able to see like, hey, I mean, it's not so common like like you buy fixed asset every month, right? So anytime if there are any fixed assets here, you can see anytime if something need to be expense out, meaning below your capitalization limit, it's gonna show up here, right? That kind of findings that will be rolling out for fixed assets. Similarly, accounts payable. you can now see like, hey, everything else is fine, but you got four vendors with negative balance. Negative balance. You got one vendor with some negligible balance. So you click on it, you look at these issues, and you just fixing on it, right? So this is how we plan to put some sort of findings to every single account here. And same way, just like it works for balance sheet, it's gonna exactly work the same way with the profit and loss as well. So now you can click on run AI review. So it's like all good, all good, all good. But hey, this one has got some entries to be reviewed. So you click on it, and you can now know like, hey, legal and professional services, it's gonna start showing you guys the flags for like whatever transactions. Okay, so in this case, you can see like, hey, you got these two transactions got posted to parent GL, right? Now, in case if you wanted to fix those two transactions from here, you can just simply do it from here, whatever account that you want to put it to, do it, and then like you apply it, right? So this is how we actually plan to show you guys which account has got problem, and you can directly get in there and you can just start fixing on it. All right. So it's still in beta. It's been just 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. It's been just a week that we have released this feature, but we have in fact already got so many suggestions from you guys. So I mean, we are very, very excited about it. So if you guys have any suggestions around it, please do send it to us. So as we are developing it, we can take care of that. All right. So that pretty much summarizes all the new updates that we have rolled out in last 4 weeks. So I'm gonna go to the chat. Just want to see if there are any questions that I can answer. So let me just see. Can you add subtasks be seen on the main task? I mean, I'm not exactly sure. Not sure if you are talking about the same, but if you are in the task, uh, I'm not sure. Like if this is what you mean, like expand and collapse all the tasks, if all you mean, then you can actually do it from here. Collapse all sections or expand with subtasks. So now you can actually see all the subtasks like that. So I'm not sure if that's all you meant, Christian. So all right. Um, let me just see if there are any questions that I need to answer. Are insights available to all users or just admin? So insights, yes. Yeah, okay. I think Rutvik already answered. Can insight be made available to all users? Will it remain admin? As of now, it's only for admin. Are there any updates on working with clients that don't allow? Uh, Megan, it's something we are seriously considering it. Again, I don't have an ETA for that right now, but something we have already started brainstorming around it. So yes, I mean that's something really on our radar. So perfect. Any other questions from anyone, guys? Any feedback, anything, something that you did not like, something that you liked, whatever. Like, we are here to listen to you guys. So if something is not working, also let us know. In many of these, if you click on the main task, I would like to see the subtask. Okay, got it. Maybe, okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay. Right now, Christian, what happens is like, because each of these tasks has its own uh, like a description and checklist. So like when you click on it, maybe we can do both. I'm not sure, but let me think about the experience and see what we can do about it. So, all right, I see. Is there a reason why I set up client to be on quarterly close that are creating month end close now? No reason. I mean, if you have set up the client on quarterly close, it should only create the quarterly close, not the monthly close. So I'm not sure if you already reached out to support yet, but if not, please reach out and we'll certainly look into that. So Janice, if you are an admin, are you saying no? The home is only for the user. It's not for. It's like for each user they have got their own home, and then they can only see the tasks that are relevant to them, that are assigned to them. Okay. Oh yes, Kelvin, yes. In fact, comments and also the client portal are actually uh, being ready for the major upgrade. So somewhere in Q3, you should certainly expect some more updates on internal comments as well as client portal as well. So it's already being worked upon. So I'm not sure if you guys, any of you guys have started using this, our latest feature, which is like a balance sheet and profit and loss review, AI review. Have you guys, any one of you have started using it? Because we also would love to know the feedback as well, like whether it's working, not working, what are the improvements? No. So do clients see the about business section? No, it's all internal. Clients would not see it, China. So it's more for you guys. Like you can actually create those custom fields, can save some information, but it will not be seen by your client. Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys will have a lot of great feedback. So looking forward to that. Yeah, thank you, Janice, for confirming it. So, I mean, would love to know the feedback. So again, I'm pretty sure it's been just probably a few days that it's been launched. So again, if you guys have any issues or any improvements, any suggestions, wish list, please do send it to us. And kind of, we are really excited about that. So yes, Katie, something that we are certainly thinking. I know that I mean some of our customers have actually requested this, and we have already initiated our discussion around it. So stay tuned. I mean, you may hear from us very soon. All right, I think looks like we are good for today. I would love the function to send the reports to client whenever we want, not just the month end. Okay, we hear you. Let us actually think about that, how we can make it happen. Okay, Galen, it would be nice if there was a shortcut to go back to the client list whenever you are in a client. Before you used to be able to click. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Got it. Yeah. So I noted that suggestion, Galen. So we'll certainly look into that. Has anyone had issues with the task showing zero as when you click on it, it is outstanding item? Gabriel, yes, I think it does happen randomly. Our team is already on it. I mean, we're kind of trying to figure. It looks like some weird issue, but it's a known one, and just be rest assured, like it's gonna be taken care very very soon. So, all right, I think looks like it's pretty much all. So, thank you very much, guys, for joining in. I mean, thank you also for providing all the great suggestions. We are very very excited about what is coming next at Xenett. But as I always tell, I mean, we build the solutions based on our customers' feedback. So if there is anything, please do send it to us and we'll make sure that we kind of get it done. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. We'll certainly get you guys recording very soon. And in case if any of the people from your staff were not able to make it, you can also send it to them. All right. Thank you. And very soon we'll talk. All right. Take care.